And as I look through week 1 of the NFL schedule, I got one game that I need to make sure I'm going to be tuned into. That is going to be the Chargers versus the Dolphins. No Jalen Ramsey back at SoFi Stadium, but Tua versus Justin Herbert, and a guy who covers the Chargers for us, Fernando Ramirez. Let's bring him in and let's go around the Tribune. Fernando, greetings. The NFL season is here. My first question for you when it comes to the Chargers: have they fixed that run defense yet?
So according to them, they have. But I mean, I guess it's a wait and see. I mean, they brought in Eric Kendricks from the Dolphins. They brought in Eric Kendricks from the Vikings as one of their. I mean, they only signed 3 free agents, and one of them was Eric Kendricks. They think that he's going to be the problem solver. He's going to be a run stopper. They get Austin Johnson back. They hope that with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack on the edges, they'll be able to do it. But I'm still like I said I can't remember where I said this, but I'm like right now I'm just hooking up with the Chargers run defense. I ain't trying to date them. I'm sure as hell not trying to marry them. So as of right now, it's a wait and see. Let's see what happens. But as of right now, you can't trust it until you see it. So yeah. So I think the game against the Dolphins is going to be the Dolphins. We know Mike McDaniel's going to try and attack your weaknesses. One of their weaknesses is running the football, or run defense. Well, that's what it was last year. So let's see what Mike McDaniel comes up with. But yeah, as of right now, I can't trust it until I see it.
Flip side, there might be a theme to this interview. How's the run offense going to be this year?
Well, if you look at Twitter and preseason games, fans are excited because they ran for over 500 yards in 3 preseason games. But I'm like, whoa. There's no Austin Eckler. There's no offensive line. Let's see what this really looks like. But I don't think Austin Eckler is going to get his touches. He's going to get his. It's Joshua Kelly and Isaiah Spiller. Can you be the backups that he needs you to be? By the time December rolls around, Austin Eckler is kind of like if he was a gas tank, he'd be on 1/4, almost hitting that ease. So you need him fresh, ready to go in the crucial part of the season, and he's not. So because he's exuberant, or he's put out so much energy during the season. So this is going to fall on Joshua Kelly and Isaiah Spiller. If those guys can consistently run the football and get it done, then they'll be a lot better. But again, I have to wait and see. I'm hooking up still. I ain't dating. I ain't marrying. So I'm gonna stick with that.
And Fernando, look, I'm very excited about this Chargers team. Kellen Moore, to me, might be a cheat code for this offense and for this team. For you to close this out, what is a good season for the Chargers look like in 2023?
Well, with Brandon Staley, they've really made strides. I know people are angry about he didn't make the playoffs that year against the Raiders. His first season, they were 9-8. They should have made the playoffs. They didn't. Last year, they make the playoffs. They blow that lead against Jacksonville. This year, I think they have to make it to the divisional. Get back into the playoffs, even though the AFC is loaded. But I think they have to get off to a fast start. I think this offense is going to need to be what they hoped. That defense, it's all going to rely, I think, on the defense. If the defense can stop teams, then they're going to have a successful season. Their special teams actually is one of the best in the league right now. Their offense, I expect to be one of the best in the league. So now you have to look at the third child, which is it's like you have 3 kids and you don't spank the offense, you don't spank the special teams, but you beat the crap out of the defense because you're like, dude, what the heck? So now it's, can the defense step up? Can they do what they need to do? Can they catch up to what the offense and the special teams are? And that's remains to be seen. So if the Chargers if their defense can do well and they can make it at least to the divisional round of the playoffs, I think they're in for a big year. But I keep on hearing Justin's name thrown out there for MVP. And if this offense is what many expect, and even I expect it to be, I don't believe that's far fetched. I think Justin should be in MVP discussions because I think he's gonna have a bounce back year. Last year, 25 touchdowns, the bruised ribs, the shoulder. I mean, that all played in effect. So I think he's healthy, and I think he gets back in there this year and he puts up big numbers.